My apologies, we had a closed session that ran over just a little bit. We'll go ahead and get this started. I called a meeting, I called to order the regular meeting for December 15th, 2025. We'll start with myself with a moment of silence, and then Pretty Ford, JROTC will colors, and Michelle Teague will do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everybody like to sit down? Thanks for the opportunity. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm trying to talk. Introduce my four guys here. Cadet Major Jason Johnson, the first year LC, is the one down in the far end there, the junior. He's been with me for about 3 years. Been on my grade team. And doesn't quite want to know what he wants to do. He's only got about 4 months left. So I'm pushing him pretty hard. He's my operations officer, so he takes care of a lot of things for me, training schedule, setting the program on what we're doing, keeping our Army database of information that we have to maintain squared away. So he's either waiting on a Navy scholarship, that I'm still waiting on some information back from the Navy. I think they announced in mid to late January timeframe. That's what we had last year. We changed to the board that. And if that doesn't work out, he's going to then flip another coin and go either into the Army or the Marine Corps. Let me never see me that just have maybe a little bit of change of heart. Much like the chaplain people. And I said, well, what do you know? You got to go in the Navy because they care about doing it. So that's Hayden Johnson. My cadet battalion commander this year is David Conley. He's been with me all 4 years of his high school career so far. Pretty happy. And he is in an international club at school, involved in various other things. He's been a fan of all the sports teams and everything. He knows just about every event. I do believe signed a contract with the North Carolina National Guard last week to be a 13 Juliet. So that's right up my alley. That's an artillery fire direction specialist. I do believe they've changed the numbers on it, or the letters on it. And then he's also going to attend App State. Next to him is his brother by the partner there, the two highest ranking one off the one is next to me, Sergeant Major Will Hartman. You may recognize the name. His mom is a sister at St. Peter's Elementary School, and he wants to go in the Army. Mom doesn't want to, or he's kind of worried about her baby, and so he might surprise her and go with her since he has go with that. But he wants to be a combat engineer. When my cadets want to go into one of the services, I really try to talk about it, unless I really know that it's good fit for him. Because it's not an easy road, and we'll know that, and I think he'll make a good combat engineer. And then the first thing I would tell him is once you get your introduced station, the number one thing you do after you get the police card is you'll find the station. And then last but not least, down there On the end is Bennett Captain Noah Gordon, who is junior, been with me for quite a while. And you are probably looking at one of the happiest, junior left tackles, starting left tackles on the 74 high school football team, because he's a playoff win for the first time. I mean, what? And Noah just went, last, Friday, skipped out of school, but he has no papers, so he has to take my exam this week. Went to go visit the University of South Florida. He's also working in a couple of schools in North Carolina, and wants to go to those are my guys tonight. Thanks again for the opportunity. I would always enjoy coming.
Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, left, right.
All right, next on the agenda is approval of minutes from the November 2024, I'm sorry, November 24th, 2025 meeting. Need a motion to approve those minutes.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
Hearing a motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise the hand. Unanimous. Next on the agenda is adjustment approval of the agenda. I have two items. One, we need to remove the installation of a new board member. That was done prior this afternoon to our closed session meeting. Move installation of new board member, and then we need to add new business number 9, Maiden Middle School HVAC change order. Being said, I need a motion to approve that.
Make a motion that we approve the new order.
Hearing a motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise a hand. Unanimous, thank you. Next up is the chairman's report. That time of year, Christmas comes around, so let's be good to one another. Next on the agenda will be selection of board chair and vice chair for the upcoming year, which will start in January. That'll be directed by Dr. Matt Stover.
Thank you, Chairman Settlemeyer. Members of the board, tonight we will, let me open the floor for nominations for chair of the Catawba County School Board for the year 26-27.
I'd like to nominate Tim Settlemeyer.
Any further nominations? Hearing none, all in favor? That's unanimous. Chairman Settlemeyer, I'll turn it back over to you to run the vice chair nominations.
Okay, I seek nominations for vice chair for the upcoming year of 2026.
Mr. Chairman, I move to nominate April Underwood as vice chair.
Any further nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of April Underwood for the new vice chair for 2026 shall raise a hand. That is unanimous. Thank you. Next up is public comment, and that'll be done by, Got tonight still. Don't run off yet. That'll be led by Mr. Clayton Mullis.
Okay, this is our public comments time. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and there will be a time clock there. And the ones that are here to speak, you know, the routine to be respectful, direct your comments to the board, and if they are found to be out of line, that the chairman can act accordingly. First person to speak is Mr. Lawrence Wiedemann. Next person to speak is Lori Fowler.
Catawba County. Our organization stands for parental rights regarding the upbringing and education of their children. On November 25th, students at St. Stephen's High School staged a walkout and protest during school hours on school property. Based upon free speech law, this was allowed to happen. However, it was part of a school day, and therefore parents should have been notified ahead of time that this event was going on and occurring during school hours and school property. We understand that a school board member and the superintendent were aware of this event occurring ahead of time. The media, the sheriff's office, and the school administration knew ahead of time. Why didn't the most important person of a child's life, the parent, also know? Parents were not given the opportunity to discuss with their child the issues around this protest to prepare them for the choice of whether to participate or not. Parents were not given the opportunity to discuss their family's religious beliefs, moral beliefs regarding this event prior to its occurring. Parents were not given the opportunity to educate their child about the federal laws involved and the constitutional rights involved prior to the event taking place. We appreciate the district administration provided increased security. However, we strongly encourage the school district to come up with a policy to keep the most important adults in a kid's life aware ahead of time regarding these types of events occurring on school property. Keep parents informed ahead of time so they may make decisions to prepare their child for an event that may have to be considered an indoctrination. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fowler. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda. 3 items: personnel consent, out-of-state field trips, donations. I seek a motion for approval of those 3 items.
A motion to approve those 3 items.
Hearing a motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise of hand. That is unanimous. Thank you. Next up is new business. Number 1, approval of 2026-2027 high school course edition, Robotics 1 and 2 at St. Stephen's High School, presented by Dr. Jeff Eisenhower.
Thank you, Mr.
There he is
Chairman.
right now.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, first of all, I'd like to wish all of you a Merry Christmas. It is on the horizon with us. So tonight I come asking for approval of 2 new courses for the upcoming school year that will be launched at St. Stephen's High School. Robotics 1 and Robotics 2, both of those were formerly local course options, and now they have been moved into their own new pathway with state curriculum. So we have presented you with the budget for this. Ms. Blair Miller will be the one that will be teaching this course. She currently does our robotics program, after-school program, and so she's a perfect candidate for this. So do you have any questions this time?
I would just like to say thank you, Blair Miller, for all that work you put in at St. Stephen's, not only there, but for the mechanical minds as well. Right spot in the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This does crosswalk with the FIRST Robotics material that she does with Mechanical Minds, so it's a great bridge. It's a great opportunity this time, so. Entertain any questions.
Nobody has any questions, I seek approval of the motion for approval of the 2026, 2027 high school robotics 1 and 2 at St. Stephen's High School.
A motion for the robotics course 1 and 2.
Hearing a motion, is there further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise of hand. That is unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board.
Thank you again, Ms. Miller. Next up is approval of Standard Response Protocol Memorandum of Understanding between Catawba County Board of Education and Love You Guys Foundation, presented by Mr. Stephen Westmoreland.
Yes, good evening, Chairman Settlemyer, members of the board, Dr. Stover. So I am seeking approval of this memorandum of understanding of I Love You Guys. Here's the graphic here that I referenced back in the October work session. Since then, I've had numerous conversations with schools, principals, teachers, law enforcement as well, and it was really overwhelmingly positive, and everybody would like to, as far as leadership, would like to move forward with this. And so we feel like it gives us common vocabulary throughout the district, and also a response to anything that hopefully any emergency situation that would arise. So typically we don't like to implement new things in the middle of the year, but with this, a lot of this we're already doing. It's just a few tweaks, and we felt a lot of momentum with this, so we would like to move forward with implementation in January. So be happy to answer any questions you may have.
So how long will it take to get this in place? I assume fairly quickly.
Yes, sir. So basically, each school will get copies, make copies, and these will be posted. And there's some training videos for middle school and high school students. And then elementary teachers will be trained, but not elementary students. That's how we currently do our protocol now. Yes, sir.
Any further questions for Mr. Westmoreland? Hearing none, I seek a motion for approval of Standard Response Protocol Memorandum of Understanding between Education and the I Love You Guys Foundation.
I make the motion.
Hearing a motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise of hand. Unanimous. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Still up there. All right.
Yes, sir.
Approval of joinder to the educational affiliation between the University of North Carolina, Charlotte and Catawba Valley Medical Center by Catawba County Board of Education.
Yes, sir. Also seeking approval for this joinder to the educational affiliation agreement between UNC at Charlotte and Catawba Valley Medical Center. This agreement is basically exactly what we did last month with App State. I do apologize for getting you this a little late, but we had a student from UNC Charlotte reach out, former student of ours, and has requested to get clinical hours through St. Stephen's High School. So with that, we're going to kind of do this. Anytime we have a new school reach out, we're just going to bring it to you and kind of goes, the hospital's got agreements with every school in the state. We don't need to do all that at once. So if we do get students interested, our plan is just to bring it to you as needed. So just like last time, this trainer or this student will be assigned to the athletic trainer and through the hospital, but will be on our campus obtaining clinical hours. And do you have any questions for me?
No, but thank you for putting this together. I know it takes a lot of work to do this, and
Yes, sir.
texted and emailed a few times about it, but yeah, thank you for
Yes,
putting it
sir.
together.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Westmoreland? Hearing none, all those in, I'm sorry, I seek an approval of the joiner to the educational affiliation agreement between University of North Carolina, Charlotte and Catawba Valley Medical Center by the Catawba County Board of Education. Motion?
I make that motion.
Hearing a motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise their hand. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Next on the agenda is information on 2026, 2027 capital outlay request for Catawba County Schools presented by Mr. Dan Moore.
Thank you, Chairman Settlemeyer, members of the board. Before you is our 26, 27 capital outlay requests. This has been compiled by our Maintenance and Construction Department in collaboration with school BLTs. This is our needs list as we see it for capital projects for 26, 27. This is a working document. There still are some things that will be added prior to January, when it will be required to be voted on by the board as part of the budget process when it is submitted to county government. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. As you know, our needs are great at our schools. The hardest thing is putting together a list, oftentimes to predict how much something's going to cost in over a year when we finally have the opportunity to move forward. But I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have with regard to this list or process or procedure for same. It is for information, and we will vote on it in the January meeting. Anything that is added, we will highlight so that you're aware of what has been added.
Okay. The only thing I was going to bring up was some of the interior doors at Oxford. The paint was filling on them when I did a walk around over there a couple weeks ago, and I see that's on here, so that's good to see. Other than that, this is a lot of stuff on here.
Yes, sir.
Our crew works hard to keep our schools good as they do for sure. They do a great job at that. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Moore? We don't need to vote on this, right? You're just
No,
giving
sir.
us the lowdown, and in January,
sir.
we'll expect,
Just opportunity to review it, and we'll bring it again in January.
okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up is approval of quote to purchase a small activity bus from Carolina Thomas for the Transportation Department, presented again by Mr. Dan Moore.
Thank you, Chairman Settlemeyer. Members of the board, we had a small activity bus that was flooded out, for want of a better term, over a summer activity. We have opportunity to purchase a new one with our receipt of $43,416 from our insurance company as a settlement for that total loss of that bus. The quotes that we received, the best is by Carolina Thomas at $89,500, and we have that money available in our capital outlay for activity buses. So I would seek your approval of this quote for this bus for $89,500 from Carolina Thomas. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have as well. I think the original price several years ago was around $65,000, so that just kind of gives you an idea of how much this has went up.
And we got basically $43,000 some dollars from the insurance company for the totaled out bus.
Yes, sir.
No questions for Mr. Moore. I seek a motion for approval of the quote to purchase a small activity bus from Carolina Thomas for the Transportation Department.
Make a motion that we approve the bus.
Hearing a motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise a hand. That is unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is approval to change in scope of work for sawmill building project at Fred T. Ford High School, presented again by Mr. Dan Moore.
Thank you, Chairman Settlemeyer. Members of the board, we brought this to you. This is the third time now. We got approval in September for the scope of work, but as we went to planning review through Catawba County government, there was the addition of a toilet facility and a covered awning to that toilet facility. Our contractor has agreed to do the basic foundation of that work, and the completion of that toilet facility would be completed by the carpentry class at Fred T. Ford High School. So we think this is a win-win. It meets code as established, and it will give our students an opportunity to construct the remainder of the facility. So I would request, the last time we brought this to your attention was in September of 2025. The total at that time was $224,276. With the addition of this toilet facility, the new scope value will be $278,473. But again, it is a requirement based on National Building Code for an educational facility. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have, or politely ask Mr. Robert Hoyle, our Director of Construction and Maintenance, if it's something that I can't easily answer.
So is this, I know we got to have it to be out there, but is it all right? I mean, can we still use the facility without, while we're putting the toilets in? Is that?
We'll have to, for a final inspection, everything will have to be in place. Our expectation is that we'll do this in the spring.
Are there any questions for Mr. Dan Moore? If not, I seek a motion for approval of change in scope of work for sawmill building project at Fred T. Ford High School.
I'll make the motion.
Hear a motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor show a raise of hand. Unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is approval of owner and contractor agreement for new sawmill building project and restroom installation package at Fred T. Ford High School, presented again by Mr. Dan Moore.
Yes, sir, Mr. Settlemeyer. Members of the board, this is just the contract for what you just approved in the scope. It has been reviewed by legal counsel, and I would seek your approval of this contract at this point in time.
If there are no questions for Mr. Moore, I seek a motion for approval of owner and contractor agreement for new sawmill building project and restroom installation package at Fred T. Ford High School.
Make a motion that we approve it.
I hear a motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor show a raise of hand. Unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Do you want to stay up there and do number 9
I'll be
real
happy
quick?
to.
Since you're going to present that, I assume.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
But we'll go back to number 8 as soon as you're done.
Yes, sir. Mr. Settlemeyer, members of the board, what you have in front of you is a general contingency summary for the HVAC project at Maiden Middle School. It is now complete. This is for information only, but it does establish all the change orders that were completed during that project and our remaining contingency total for that project. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for Mr. Moore on this? Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Our last document is our change order number 1. Finalizes the contract price for the Maiden Middle School HVAC replacement project. And I would seek your approval of this contract document, or be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Hearing no questions for Mr. Moore, I seek approval of the contract for the Maiden Middle School HVAC project.
I'll make a motion for the HVAC contract project.
I hear a motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor show a raise of hand. Unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, going back on the agenda to number 8 is selection of Catawba County Board of Education 2026 representative to committees.
All right, folks, it's time to volunteer yourself to be on some committees. We can start the AIG Advisory Board. Last year was Mr. Mullis and Ms. Teague. Our leader of that is Ms. Eisenhower. Do we have 2 volunteers that'd like to be on that board? Okay. Mr. Mullis? Okay. Yep. Mr. Whitener? Thank you, sir. And welcome. First board meeting. Also, our new CFO's first board meeting as well. Seth Rivet. Excellent. Okay, next one. LEP Advisory Board and Dual Language Committee. Late Dr. Leslie H. Barnett and Mr. Don Sigmund. Do we have 2 new representatives? Or, Mr. Sigmund, would you like to do it again? Okay. Mr. Sigmund. And we need 1 more. Okay, thank you, Mr. Whitener. All right, the Title I Parent Advisory Council was Mr. Settlemeyer and Mr. Mullis.
I'll stay on there.
Okay, remain the same. All right. The School Health Advisory was Miss Underwood. Miss Underwood, stay on. Okay. The Legislative Liaisons were Miss Teague and Mr. Mullis. Stay.
I'll stay up
Okay. Remain the same. Thank you. And then the spelling bee was Mr. Goforth, Mr. Settlemeyer, Miss Teague. I think last year we had 3 because you all wanted to. We can have 2 or 3, whichever you prefer. Okay.
I'll do it again.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone likes the spelling bee. It's good.
That's
Fantastic.
fun. It really is.
It is. Great. Remain the same.
You don't have to be able to spell. We got the words for you.
This is not a new one. This is
Thank
the next one. The hearing panels. Every so often we need an appeals committee. So we have odd months on there and even months, and chairman will be the organizer of those. So we would probably need the 3 and 3 on the other 3 sides. So on the odd months, who would like to do those? Okay. We've got Mr. Goforth. Need 2 more? Okay, Miss Underwood,
I'll do it.
and then Mr. Mullis. So that would, on the even months, would be our 3 remaining. That'd be Mr. Sigmund, Miss Teague, and Mr. Whitener. And then what would happen is chairman would contact you all and let you know if you were needed every so often. Okay, thank you. Early Head Start, last year was Mr. Don Sigmund. We'd like to have 2 representatives there. Any volunteers?
I'll do that one.
Okay, we've got Mr. Settlemeyer. Okay, and Mr. Don Sigmund. Thank you. And the Education Foundation was Mr. Tim Settlemeyer.
I'd like to do that.
Remains the same. And then K64 board was our late Dr. Leslie H. Barnett. We'll need a new representative. Okay? Michelle Teague will be our new one. All right. That wraps up the committees. We'll get that printed and,
We need to vote on this.
yeah, we need a motion. Yeah.
Dr. Stover, I have a question.
Yep.
Tim, you had created a mental health advisory committee as well that me and Dr. Barnett were on, and that's not listed on the sheet. Are you making a change with that and just not doing that this year, or do we need to add it?
We roll it under the School Health Advisory Council. Is that
Well, that is already formed, and then Miss Underwood's on there. They probably do discuss those things, but it might be a little bit different.
okay? So yeah, let's add that to it. Thank you for catching that, Miss Underwood.
I would like to be on that health advisory
Mental health.
committee. Yep.
Would this be a separate one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's make it separate from the student health.
Yep, Mental Health Advisory Board.
And that'll be Ms. Teague and Ms. Underwood.
Ms. Teague and Ms. Underwood?
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I seek a motion to approve the committees as presented with the addition of the mental health committee with Ms. Teague and Ms. Underwood. Motion for approval.
I make the motion to approve.
Hear a motion. Any further questions? Discussion? None. All those in favor shall raise a hand. Unanimous. Thank you. Do we still have a need for a closed session? All right, at this time, I seek a motion to go into closed session for personnel.
A motion to go into closed session for personnel.
All right, hearing a motion, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor shall raise a hand. That is unanimous. Now go into closed session.